All right, what we're going to do, we're going to be talking about one of the California content standards called Writing 1.1. When you guys took the benchmark exam, you remember there were 4 standards we were grading you on. So what I'm going to do is just talk about the very first standard, which is Writing 1.1, writing a thesis sentence. That's it. It's a very simple standard, but if you don't understand the reasoning behind it, we see a lot of common mistakes. So we're going to go back to the basics here. All right, this is the lesson progression. Here's this is kind of the order that I'm going to teach you. First, we'll start at the bottom of that arrow. I'm going to first teach you what being persuasive means. Then I'm going to teach you 3 ways that you can persuade people. Yeah, manipulate them, whatever you want to call it. Then we're going to define what authority is and how much authority you have or don't have. Then we're going to talk about perspective. And then we're going to establish your thesis sentence. So I really feel like you need all of those definitions before you can write a successful thesis sentence. Let's start off with the first thing. Let's define persuasive. What does it mean to be persuasive? Okay. Is there anybody who'd like to volunteer? What is being persuasive? I don't know. What do you think? Let's do lesson 1 on persuasion. What does it mean to persuade somebody?
Change their mind.
What's that?
Change their mind.
To change their mind. That's a good one. I like that. Hey guys, I'm Anthony Robbins. Raise your hand if you've seen him on TV. 2, 3 people? You're not up late enough, huh? He's like 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll see him. Okay, he's a big motivational speaker. He was in one of those movies where he got the guy to think that everyone was beautiful. I don't think it. Never mind. Anyways, he's a big motivational speaker. Hey guys, I'm Anthony Robbins, and I love motivating people. See, it's not about telling people what to do. Why? Well, because that can end up in just a big shouting match. Okay, you guys know that, right? Yes. So, there's got to be another way to motivate people. Persuasion is about getting people to change from within themselves. Like a what?
Like a dad.
Like a dad? If a dad's a dare? Like I dare you to jump off the building?
Yeah, like if the person says no, kind of persuade them into it.
All right. We'll get to what it means to persuade in a minute. You want to get them to change how they think or feel. Like you said, change their mind. But ultimately, it's when you get them to think or perform an action they wouldn't normally do. So here we have this old granny skydiving. Right? It's not something old grandma would normally do. Do you think it would take a lot of persuasion? Now, do you think somebody can just tell her to do this?
No.
No. That's why persuasion's important, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's called persuasion. It's when you get someone to change their thinking, or you get them to perform an action that they wouldn't otherwise normally do. So if you didn't persuade them, they wouldn't do it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Let's give an example. Brad and Julie are going out. Simple, right?
Yep.
Can Rosa persuade him to break up with her. Now, why can't she just tell him to break up?
Because maybe he texts her a lot.
Hey, Brad, break up with your girlfriend.
You can ask why.
He would ask why.
He wants a good reason.
Okay, give me a good reason.
And
What else might he do? There's different possible reactions.
Cheat on her.
I don't think he'd slap Rosa. I don't think. If he has a girlfriend, he probably has enough common courtesy
Right.
not to do that. Okay. What else might his reaction be? Yeah. No. Might he kind of even laugh about it?
Yes, maybe.
Like, that's funny.
Yeah, right.
Rosa comes up. Hey, Brad, break up with your girlfriend. Yeah. A little chuckle. It's not very persuasive. What if she yelled at him?
Nah, still want it.
It still wouldn't work?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Break up! I want you to break up with your girlfriend now!
No,
It doesn't really work, does it?
no, it just makes it worse.
Alright, then. Well, what are some strategies then?
Lie.
Yeah.
Lie. Like what?
That she
cheated on you.
Ooh, I saw her with this other guy. Okay. Alright, lie. What else?
Mm,
She really wants to go out with this guy. She can get her. Oh, I like that one. Point out all of Julie's flaws. You know what? No couple's ever perfect. So anytime they have their ups and downs, when they have their downs, oh man, jump on those, right? See, you deserve better, Brad. Right? She's not good enough for you.
she might be saying things behind your back.
I used that strategy once.
Huh.
I'm going to stop the recording right now. I'm telling myself to stop it. Okay. No, I used it once. I was a young guy, a long time ago, before computers. I took a school. I was in ninth grade. Hey, that's when everything goes down, right? So I was in ninth grade, and took a bus to school every morning, and I always sat next to this guy. He was a real little skater punk guy, and he'd always talk about his girlfriend every day on the bus. Every day. Just all he talked about. Stuff they did, stuff they almost did, stuff they want to do. All the time. So I got to hear a lot about him and his little girlfriend. I didn't care that much. I went to then I got moved. I moved to a different school. And I met this one girl at this new school. You know, built a little interest there. And then one day she decided to come over to the house, this girl I was interested in. And she brought her best friend with her.
Ooh, swag.
The best friend was the girl this guy was talking about every day on the school bus. So I knew all about her before she even met me, because I heard all the stories from her boyfriend. And then I saw her and I was like in love. I was like ditching this girl that I was originally interested in. I like the best friend. Man, I wanted to marry her right then and there. So I had to think of, she was already with this guy. So, So I continued to get information from the boyfriend. And then anytime things were going down on their relationship, I would talk to her. I would be a shoulder to cry on. Be like, you know what, you deserve better. Blah. I did all that stuff. Oh, this guy, forget this, See, I told you. Okay. And it worked. And the rest is history. So, anyway, so I think in the end I might have persuaded her, well, not only to break up with him, but to be more interested in me. So I had to persuade her on two levels. That was a lot of work. It took about 5 weeks maybe. Hey, in school time, that's a long time. It took a long time. But anyway,
Wait, how old was you guys?
I was ninth
15.
grade.
15.
So it must have been, I was 14, I think. 14 or 15. We didn't have cars.
Oh.
Everything was buses, bikes, and walking. I remember that world. So, anyway, there are different strategies we can use to persuade people, right? But wouldn't it be better if my English teacher actually taught me how to persuade? Then I probably could have done it in half the time, right? Okay. So, that's what we're going to talk about.